Welcome to Economics Trainer. This video was made to help you strengthen your skills in microeconomics. Here we have a sample question, care of brighttutoring.ca. It's the kind of question you'd expect to see on a test in a second-year microeconomics class. Let's work through it together. So here's the question. Consider two firms engaged in a Cournot duopoly, where each firm has a marginal cost of 40 per unit. They face an aggregate market demand of market price P equals 100 minus 2 times the market quantity. Now what we have to figure out is the Cournot equilibrium, market price, and quantity. And then once we have that, we have to figure out each firm's quantity and profit. So let's start off here by finding the Cournot equilibrium by looking at the demand curve here to start. We say it's 1K price is 100 minus the market quantity Q. And then here we know the aggregate market quantity is Q1 plus Q2 since we're engaged in duopoly. So we can deaggregate it and say, okay, this is going to be 100 minus 2 Q1 minus 2 Q2. So now that we have the demand curve deaggregated, this makes it easy to figure out each firm's problem. So for firm 1, they're going to maximize their profit and set marginal revenue 1 equal to marginal cost. For marginal cost, they have the same marginal cost, which is 40. And then for marginal revenue, we can do the trick by having a linear demand curve. We can just put a 2 in front of their quantity. So here we're going to put a 2 in front of Q1. So that'll be 100 minus 4 Q1 minus 2 Q2. Now let's see here. We can solve for Q1 by moving it over. Move the 40 over. We get 60 remaining minus 2 Q2. That's going to equal 4 Q1. And then we divide both sides by 4. We get 15 minus a half Q2 is Q1. So that there is going to be the best response for the first firm. Then we can do the same thing for the second firm. We say, okay, we have marginal revenue of 2 equals marginal cost of 2. So similarly, they have the same cost of 40. And then the marginal revenue for the second firm, we just have to put the 2 in front of the Q2 instead of the Q1. So we're going to have 100 minus 2 Q1 minus 4 Q2. So we can see this is pretty much symmetric to this one. It's just the Q2 and Q1 are flipped. So this is going to give us the same answer as here, just with different labels. So we're going to have Q2 instead of Q1. This will be 15 minus a half of Q1. So what we have here is firm 2's best response function. So now that we know how firm 1 reacts to firm 2 and firm 2 reacts to firm 1, we can plug these into each other. We say, okay, for Q2, that's going to be 15 minus a half of Q1, and then Q1 is going to be 15 minus a half of Q2. So let's see here, what do we have? We have 15 minus a half of 15, so that's just going to be half of 15. And then we're going to have half times a half, which is a quarter, and then it's going to go positive, is equal to Q2. Let's see, we have an extra quarter Q2, so we can subtract it from this side. We'll have 3/4 Q2 is 15 over 2. And then we just got to multiply things across here to get rid of this. So if we multiply by 4, so we have 15 over 2. And we just flip this to the other side, it's basically multiply by 4, and then divide by 3. So let's see here, now we can be able to do stuff because 4 divided by 2, that's just going to be 2. And then 15 divided by 3 is just going to be 5. So basically we have 5 times 2, so the Q star is going to be 10. So we know the firm 2's quantity. And then if we take this back over here and plug it back into this one here, we say, okay, we can go back here and say, okay, Q1 is just going to be 15, go back to his best response, minus half of Q2, which is 10. So 15 minus 5, it's also 10. So that there, we have the output of each firm. So we know each firm's output is going to be 10. And then going back to the aggregation equation up here, we know if each guy produces 10, then the market quantity, the big Q, is going to be 20. So we have that here. And then with that, we can figure out the market price just by going back to the demand curve up here. We can say, okay, the market price, P is 100 minus 2 times the aggregate market quantity, 20. So 100 minus 40, P star is going to be 60. So that's going to be the market price. So now that we have the market equilibrium, you can figure out the market profit for each firm here just by doing total revenue and total cost. So let's see here. So the profit for each firm. So let's just do it for the first firm. It should be the same for each. So we're going to have price times quantity minus total cost, which is just marginal cost, times the quantity for firm 1. So see the market price was 60. The Q for either firm, doesn't matter which one, for firm 1 is 10. And then the marginal cost was 40. And the quantity sold was 10. So basically we have what, 60 minus 40, which is 20, times 10 is 200. So we're going to have 200 each for the profit. And that's how you do that question. This video is brought to you by people who like, share, and subscribe to this channel. You can also support my work by buying me a coffee.